Let's get one thing straight. Financial freedom isn't a fantasy, it's a ladder. And right now, most people aren't climbing it. They're clinging to the bottom rung like their life depends on it. Because here's the ugly truth: money isn't the goal. Freedom is. But you can't reach freedom if you don't even know the levels that lead to it. So today, I'm breaking down the 5 levels of financial freedom. Explained so simply, you could teach it to your 12-year-old cousin. No fluff, no buy my course. Just pure clarity on exactly where you are and what it takes to move up. Because once you know which level you're on, the money game stops being a mystery and starts being a formula. So first off, let's set the stage. Think of financial freedom like a video game. There are 5 levels. Each level comes with new challenges, better rewards, and nastier bosses. Inflation, taxes, bad habits, lifestyle creep. But the higher you climb, the easier the game gets. At level 1, money controls you. At level 5, you control money. So let's start at the bottom, where most people live their entire lives. Level 1, survival. You're not living, you're just paying to exist. This is where 80% of people are stuck. You're not broke because you're dumb. You're broke because the system was built to keep you busy, not free. At this stage, every dollar has a job, and every job owns your life. Your paycheck comes in, and it's gone before you even smell it. Rent, food, gas, phone, subscriptions, debt, poof. You're surviving, not thriving. You know you're in survival mode when you start measuring life by how many days till payday, instead of how can I make my money work. This is the level where stress is your alarm clock and anxiety is your financial advisor. You're not thinking about investing. You're just thinking, how do I keep the lights on? Think about it. You ever notice how people in survival mode say things like, I'll start saving when I make more money. But when they do make more money, they just spend more. Because the problem isn't the amount, it's the habit. You could hand someone in survival mode a $10,000 bonus and they'd still end up broke. Why? Because they don't have a system, just a cycle. Earn, spend, stress, repeat. So what actually keeps you stuck here? There are 3 traps keeping people chained to this level. Lifestyle inflation, you earn more, you spend more. Bad debt, credit cards and car payments that drain future you. Financial illiteracy, you don't know what you don't know. And schools made sure that this is the rat race treadmill. You're running hard, but going nowhere. And it's not your fault. Society rewards this level. They call it being responsible. They say, at least you have a job. But jobs were designed to feed the machine, not free the worker. If you truly want to escape level 1, you need 3 moves. Move number 1, track every dollar like it owes you rent. You can't control what you don't measure. Most people guess their expenses. Millionaires know them. Move number 2, build a mini emergency fund. Even $1,000 buys peace of mind and protects you from panic debt. Move number 3, learn the basics of financial literacy. Spend 30 minutes a day on YouTube, podcasts, or books. The difference between survival and stability is education, not luck. When you start controlling your money instead of reacting to it, you level up. You know you're leaving level 1 when your money finally stops vanishing and starts sticking. You're not rich yet, but you bought yourself breathing room. And that's when you enter level 2, stability, where the goal shifts from I need to survive to I can finally plan. But here's the catch. Most people never reach this level. Not because it's hard, but because they get comfortable being stressed. Let's fix that. Level 2, stability, where you stop drowning and start floating. All right, congratulations. You've escaped survival mode. You're no longer gasping for financial air every 2 weeks. Now you've got a little cushion. You've paid off some debt. You've stopped impulse buying stuff at 2 a.m. that Amazon swore would change your life. Welcome to level 2, stability. The place where your money finally stops running from you and starts listening to you. At this stage, you're not rich, but you're steady. Your bills are paid on time. You've got a few grand in savings. You can handle an emergency without calling your mom or maxing out a credit card. This is the level where you finally breathe. You know you're in stability when you can pay rent, buy groceries, and maybe even go out to eat without guilt. You might still have debt, but it's controlled, not controlling you. And that, my friend, is progress most people never celebrate. Level 1 was all about survival, reaction mode. Level 2 is about stability, control mode. You've gone from asking, how do I get by, to how do I get ahead? You've learned the difference between working for money and making your money work for you. Now, don't get too comfortable, because this is where most people get stuck. They start coasting. They think, I'm doing fine. I don't need to invest. But fine is the most dangerous place to live because it makes you stop chasing freedom. What are some common mistakes that keep you stuck here? Let's break down the traps that quietly sabotage people in level 2, the I deserve it trap. You start rewarding yourself for surviving level 1 by upgrading everything. The car, the clothes, the coffee machine. You think you're treating yourself, but really, you're just renting dopamine. The someday syndrome. You say, someday I'll invest. Someday I'll start that side hustle, but someday never has a date on the calendar. The average mindset. You start believing being stable is good enough, but good enough never built freedom. So how do we escape level 2? Well, if you want to rise from stability to freedom, 3 key upgrades are mandatory. Upgrade number 1, build systems, not willpower. Set up auto-pay for your bills, automate your savings, and treat investing like a non-negotiable bill. Freedom happens when discipline becomes default. Upgrade number 2, start investing. Now, even if it's $10 a week, the amount doesn't matter, the habit does. Compounding rewards consistency, not perfection. Upgrade number 3, create an extra income stream. You can't save your way to freedom on one paycheck. Start small, a side hustle, freelance gig, or digital project. It's not about the dollars yet, it's about building options. Once you master these, you'll start noticing something wild. Your money grows without your constant supervision. That's the first taste of financial momentum, and it's addictive. You know you've hit the next level when your money starts working even while you sleep. You're no longer just stable, you're strategic. The bills don't scare you anymore. Your investments are growing. You're earning beyond your 9 to 5. But before we continue, when you finish watching this video, go back and watch our Financial Freedom playlist to get a full step-by-step financial plan that goes even deeper than what we have time to explain today. Just make sure to subscribe and join the members list to stay updated. But anyways, now we've officially entered level 3, freedom, the stage where you start living on purpose, not for a paycheck. But here's the plot twist most people don't see coming. Freedom isn't about how much you make. It's about how much you keep in control. Ready? Let's unlock level 3. Level 3. Freedom, the game finally flips. All right, this is where the money game changes forever. At level 1, you worked for money. At level 2, you managed money. At level 3, money finally starts working for you. This is where wealth building actually begins. You're no longer trapped by bills or terrified of emergencies. You've got investments that pay you. Your savings grow while you sleep. And you can start making decisions based on what you want, not what you can afford. But what does freedom actually feel like in the first place? Well, financial freedom isn't owning a yacht. It's waking up on Monday and realizing you don't hate your life. It's saying, nah, I don't want to take that job, because your bills are covered by assets, not hours. You can take a vacation without guilt. You can spend time on things that actually matter. That's real power, control over your time. Because let's be honest, money doesn't buy happiness. It buys choices. And the ability to choose how to live is the purest form of happiness there is. Let me paint a picture so you can clearly understand. Think of it like this. Imagine you're a chef. At level 1, you're cooking meals just to survive. At level 2, you're making enough to pay rent. At level 3, you own the restaurant. And it makes money even when you're not there. That's the shift. That's freedom. But it goes even further than that. Here's the catch. Freedom can trick you. People hit this level, see a few wins, and get lazy. They stop learning, stop optimizing, stop growing. They forget that freedom is a moving target. If you stop chasing it, inflation eats it alive. That's why smart people use freedom not as the destination, but as a launch pad for the next level. Because the goal isn't to just be free, it's to be secure. Freedom means you're in control. But security means you can't lose control, even if everything goes wrong. So, if you stopped working tomorrow, if the market crashed, if your income vanished, would your life collapse or keep flowing? That's the difference between being financially free and being financially untouchable. And that's exactly what level 4 is all about. Level 4, security, when your money protects you, not the other way around. Okay, so you've made it this far. You escaped survival, built stability, and tasted freedom. Now comes the level most people never even think about, because when they hit freedom, they think, I've made it. But here's the harsh truth. If your freedom depends on things going right, you're still fragile. Real wealth isn't built on optimism. It's built on insurance against chaos. And that's what level 4 is all about. Security. And what does financial security actually mean? Financial security isn't I make good money. It's I could stop working tomorrow and still be fine. It's when your investments, savings, and systems can sustain your lifestyle without new income. Think of it like building a financial bunker. Freedom got you out of the storm. Security makes sure the storm can never reach you again. At this level, you've got 6 to 12 months of expenses covered in cash or liquid assets, multiple income streams that continue without your constant input, insurance and protection plans that cover health, home, and business, and most importantly, a strategy that doesn't collapse under pressure. This isn't the sexy part of wealth, it's the grown-up part, but it's also the one that turns freedom into forever. Here's the mindset shift. At level 3, you are chasing opportunity. At level 4, you're protecting what you built. It's like going from offense to defense, not because you're scared, but because you're smart. You start thinking about taxes, asset protection, wills, trusts, diversification. You stop asking, how can I make more? And start asking, how can I make sure I keep it? Here, just picture this. Person A makes $250,000 a year, but all from one job. Person B makes $100,000 a year, but $40,000 of that comes from investments and business systems. Who's safer? Person B, every time. Because if both lost their jobs tomorrow, Person A's income drops to zero. Person B still has a foundation. That's the difference between being rich and being secure. But now we get down to the deadly trap. The danger of level 4 is comfort. Once your systems are working, life gets quiet. The fire that pushed you from level 1 fades. You start thinking you're done, but wealth doesn't stay still. It either grows or it dies. And that's why you can't stop here. Security is safety, but abundance, which is level 5, is legacy. It's where money stops being a need or a shield and starts being a tool to build something bigger than you. Think about it like this. Freedom means you've escaped the cage. Security means you've built a fortress. But abundance? That's when you start building kingdoms. It's when your money multiplies beyond your personal needs. You're not just playing defense anymore, you're shaping the game itself. So, how do you know you've entered level 5? Simple. When you stop asking, how can I make more? And start asking, how can I make others wealthy too? Let's talk about the final stage. Level 5, abundance. When wealth works for the world. All right, now we made it to the peak, the final level. The point where wealth becomes effortless. Not because it's easy, but because it's engineered. At this stage, your lifestyle is covered, your systems are automated, and your money's compounding faster than you can spend it. But the real difference, you've shifted from accumulation to impact. You're not chasing wealth, you're curating it. You're designing a life of purpose, freedom, and generosity that continues even after you're gone. Now you might be asking, what does abundance actually feel like? Well, put it this way, abundance isn't buying a Ferrari. It's waking up with peace. It's knowing your money's multiplying quietly in the background while you're living life on your terms. You invest because you can, not because you need to. You give because you want to, not because you're pressured to. Abundance is quiet confidence, not loud consumption. It's when you realize the goal was never to look rich. It was to never worry again. So now let's break down the mechanics of abundance. At this level, your entire financial life runs on systems. Your assets pay for your lifestyle. Your investments fund your future. Your legacy funds generations. You're operating with long-term thinking. Decades, not paychecks. You're diversified across multiple asset classes. Businesses, real estate, markets, maybe even private equity or venture funds. Every dollar has a purpose, every asset has a job, and every decision compounds freedom, not ego. So now the real question is, how do people actually stay in abundance? The secret isn't more hustle, it's discipline and design. You reinvest instead of inflate. When income grows, lifestyle doesn't. Assets do. You systemize wealth. Your portfolio auto-rebalances. Your businesses run on processes. You mentor or invest in others. You turn capital into community, helping others climb the same ladder. Because true abundance isn't how much you can take, it's how much you can teach and transfer. Put it like this. Imagine your wealth journey as a campfire. At level 1, you're just trying to spark a flame. At level 2, you've built enough heat to stay warm. At level 3, you're cooking meals with it. At level 4, you've built a fireplace to protect it. And at level 5, You're lighting torches for other people. That's abundance. But wait, don't get it twisted. Believe it or not, even abundance has traps. Complacency. You stop evolving because everything's fine. Ego spending. You start flexing instead of multiplying. Isolation. You forget the purpose of wealth, connection, and contribution. True abundance means staying grounded, because money amplifies who you already are. If you were generous when you were broke, you'll be a philanthropist when you're rich. If you were greedy when you were broke, you'll just have a bigger ego. So let's recap the 5 levels. 1. Survival. Money controls you. 2. Stability. You control your money. 3. Freedom. Your money works for you. 4. Security. Your money protects you. 5. Abundance. Your money impacts the world. Every level isn't just about income. It's about identity. Because the goal of financial freedom isn't to escape work. It's to design a life where work becomes optional. If you're still in levels 1 or 2, don't panic. Every millionaire started there. The trick is knowing which level you're on and building habits that push you up one step at a time. If this video helped you see where you stand on the financial ladder, comment the words, "I'm leveling up." And as a matter of fact, there are actually 10 small moves that literally build massive wealth over time. We break it down step by step in this next video. Just click the video on the screen now, and we'll see you in the next one.